Good evening, and welcome back to Reading the Scriptures. I am Brian. Thanks for joining me this evening. Finally had a little bit of a breather today. I'm glad that that's taken care of, and I'm feeling a little bit better. Let's get into some scripture study with John chapter 13. Jesus washes the feet of the 12. He identifies Judas as his betrayer. He commands them to love one another. Now before the feast of the Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end. And supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he was come from God and went to God, he riseth from supper, and laid aside his garments, and took a towel, and girded himself. After that he poureth water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Then cometh he to Simon Peter, and Peter saith unto him, Lord, dost thou wash my feet? Jesus answered and said unto him, What I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. Peter saith unto him, Thou shalt never wash my feet. Jesus answered him, If I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. Simon Peter saith unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Jesus saith to him, He that is washed needeth not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit, and ye are clean, but not all. For he knew who should betray him. Therefore said he, Ye are not all clean. So after he had washed their feet, and had taken his garments, and was set down again, he said unto them, Know ye what I have done to you? Ye call me Master and Lord, and ye say, Well, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example, that ye should do as I have done to you. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. If ye know these things, happy are ye if ye do them. I speak not of you all, I know whom I have chosen. But that the scripture may be fulfilled, He that eateth bread with me hath lifted up his heel against me. Now I tell you before it come, that when it is come to pass, ye may believe that I am he. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that receiveth whomsoever I send receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in spirit, and testified, and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. Then the disciples looked one on another, doubting of whom he spoke. But there was one leaning on Jesus' bosom, one of his disciples, whom Jesus loved. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him, that he should ask who it should be of whom he spake. He then, lying on Jesus' breast, said unto him, Lord, who is it? He answered, He it is, to whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it. And when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. And after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Jesus unto him, That thou doest, do quickly. Now no man at the table knew for what intent he spake this unto him. For some of them thought, because Judas had the bag, that Jesus had said unto him, Buy those things that we have need of against the feast, or that he should give something to the poor. He then, having received the sop, went out immediately, and it was night. Therefore, when he was gone out, Jesus said, Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God be glorified in him, God shall also glorify him in himself, and shall straightway glorify him. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. Ye shall seek me, and as I said unto the Jews, Whither I go, ye cannot come. So now I say to you, A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. Simon Peter said unto him, Lord, whither goest thou? Jesus answered him, Whither I go, thou canst not follow me now, but thou shalt follow me afterwards. Peter said unto him, Lord, why cannot I follow thee now? I will lay down my life for thy sake. Jesus answered him, Wilt thou lay down thy life for my sake? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, the cock shall not crow till thou hast denied me thrice. Looks like I managed to leave the camera on this time, so apologize for that. Let's back up and look at some of these, some of the ones that caught my attention this time. Jesus washed the feet of his disciples as an example, specifically that who is the greatest among you is to serve the others. That's one of the fascinating aspects of the church. There is no one who is ever exempted from serving others in the church. If anything, the higher the position, higher, quote, 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 the more responsibility you have to serve others. Now, there's many ways to serve, and each person serves to the best of their ability and their talents and skills that the Lord has given. But in the end, if you're to be the greatest, you must serve others. Another thing that caught my eye, and this is a classic scripture right here. Love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. And that's how they're going to show that they're Jesus' disciples, by showing this love to one another. They say that you can see in the eyes of a person who is truly converted to Jesus Christ, who is truly has the Spirit and the gospel. And in this way, showing this love one to another, which I think does not just for the disciples, but for all people, that's how they're going to show that Spirit to others abroad. Really amazing. It's almost time for Jesus' crucifixion again, this time in John. The way he's told many of these things is different than those of the previous ones. And I'm so curious to know, was John eyewitness to much of this, or did he receive this secondhand? Did he receive much of this as basically a scripture and learn it that way? Learn from the testimony of others, to learn from the testimony of the prophets. And he gained a testimony of this and testified of it in this accounting. That's everything for today. You have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.